Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to go through my top 10 tips for Section 2 of the GAMSAT. And make sure to stick to the end to see my golden tip on how to improve at Section 2. I'm Melvin from MedicMind, a second year medical student from Monash University, and if you're interested in the GAMSAT, medicine, and getting into medical school, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the MedicMind YouTube channel. Section 2 of the GAMSAT is known as written communication. You're required to write 2 written pieces, one from Section A and one from Section B. You're provided with 5 quotes and comments that are related to a common theme, and you're asked to write a piece in response to one or more of them. Watch this whole video to improve your essay writing and achieve a great mark for GAMSAT Section 2. So, for GAMSAT Section 2, written communication, you have 2 questions, 5 minutes reading time, 60 minutes writing time, for a total test time of 65 minutes. Tip number 1 is to practice for GAMSAT Section 2. Practice writing as many essays as you can and try to write on a variety of different topics. You'll probably come across topics that you find easy to write about, but challenge yourself and make sure to practice the topics that you're less comfortable with. Also, use this time to see whether you're able to use more than one comment. You can write a response to one or more of the comments, so this is a perfect time to see whether you can handle developing more than one comment. I wouldn't recommend trying to use more than 3, as this will most likely disrupt the flow. When you begin practicing, do not feel as though you need to stick to a time limit. It's a good idea to just let yourself keep writing and developing your ideas. Aim for approximately 500 words per piece. You may find that you don't have enough time for this, but don't worry. It's the quality of the essay that's the most important aspect. Tip number 2 is to develop a strategy for GAMSAT Section 2. Become familiar with the general layout of GAMSAT Section 2 essays. It normally consists of an introduction, 2 or 3 body paragraphs, and then a conclusion. Plan how you're going to tackle Section 2. For example, read the comments and decide on a common theme. Select your comments and brainstorm your ideas. Plan the structure and layout of your paragraphs. Then start writing. Also plan how you're going to ensure to produce a good essay. So keep your body paragraphs balanced and a similar length. This will allow you to develop each idea equally. Write concisely and try to keep every sentence relevant. Use rhetorical questions. These will help the reader stay engaged. Use analogies and metaphors, real-world examples and personal reflections to help explain your ideas and opinions. Tip number 3 is to create an ideas bank. Although the themes that come up in GAMSAT Section 2 are completely random and it's unlikely you'll have a topic practice and will come up, it's a good idea to create an ideas bank. Examples or opinions that you develop in your practice essays may be applicable to other themes. For example, you may develop ideas and opinions on the importance of friendships, and this may be relevant if you're asked to write about familial relationships. Creating an ideas bank will also increase your creativity and may help you make your essays more unique. Don't be afraid to reflect on your own personal experiences. Here are some sample topics for an essay idea bank: discrimination, pollution, corruption, health, music, and technology. TED Talks and The Meaning of Things by A.C. Grayling will help you gather ideas for GAMSAT Section 2. Tip number 4 is to mind map. You are presented with 5 comments in each part of Section 2, and it can be hard to identify the best comments for you to use. Whilst practicing, it's a good idea to mind map for each comment to determine which you'll be able to write on the most. You won't have the time to do this during the exam, but practicing this will allow you to identify the most suitable comment in the least time. Students can fall into the trap of picking a comment which may not be the best suited to their ideas and opinions, so practicing this will help avoid it on the day of the exam. Tip number 5 is to read more in your spare time. Whether it's a magazine, a newspaper, or a novel, reading will help you improve your creativity and will give you ideas for your essays. Add these to your Section 2 ideas bank. Reading will also help you improve your grammar and spelling for the GAMSAT. You can also incorporate quotes into your writing, so highlight any that you may feel useful for your essays. Some reading can be from The Economist, The New Yorker, or The Australian. All those links are in the description below. Tip number 6 is to get feedback. It's so important to get feedback on your writing in order to improve and develop your essay writing. This will allow you to see whether you have developed your ideas in a way that can be understood by others. Getting another opinion can also allow you to come up with more ideas. Ask anybody that's willing to read your writing. Feedback is also very important for grammar and spelling, as you may not be able to see your own mistakes. Feel free to ask your tutor to correct your GAMSAT 2 essays. Head to the description below for more information about our tutoring options. Tip number 7 is to familiarize yourself with politics, philosophy, and psychology. When expressing an opinion, it's a good idea to use real-world examples to back up your opinion. The news and documentaries may provide you with current political or philosophical events that may be relevant to your essay. This will allow you to help create a powerful argument and will show the examiner that you're self-aware and conscious of world issues and events. Tip number 8 is to work on spelling and grammar for GAMSAT Section 2. Whilst writing practice essays, be aware of autocorrect if you're using a digital device. It can be all too easy to get used to relying on these devices to perfect your writing, so make sure to turn this feature off. On the flip side, practicing on a digital device, such as your laptop, can be beneficial as it will point out spelling and grammar mistakes and provide you with the correct option. Just make sure that these are highlighted and not automatically corrected. Make note of any continuous spelling or grammar mistakes. Tip number 9 is to time yourself. As you get closer to the GAMSAT, begin timing yourself, as this will allow you to see how quick you can plan and will also show you realistically how many words you'll be able to produce within the given time frame. It is recommended that you divide your 30 minutes for each GAMSAT section into 5 minutes of planning, 20 minutes of writing, and spend the last 5 minutes proofreading. Tip number 10 is to relax. If unusual topics or themes turn up in GAMSAT Section 2, don't panic. There's a common misconception that these essays are a test of your knowledge of current world affairs, but don't worry if you don't have any concrete examples of events. The main purpose of these essays is to test your ability to express your ideas. On the screen now are some sample essay themes. In conclusion, practicing Section 2 essays is of great importance, and getting feedback is even more important. Don't be afraid to include personal reflections and get creative with your ideas and opinions. And on the day of the exam, don't panic if unfamiliar themes are included in the Section 2. Make sure to check out our GAMSAT tutoring options in the link below. Feel free to leave any comments or questions as well. So, what is a good score for GAMSAT Section 2? The average score for Section 2 is slightly higher than Section 1. Aim for a score above 63, where the average score is between 59 to 65. How do you write a GAMSAT Section 2 essay? Keep your body paragraphs balanced and a similar length. This will allow you to develop each idea equally. Write consciously and try to keep every sentence relevant. Use rhetorical questions, as this will help keep the reader engaged. Use analogies and metaphors, real-world examples, and personal reflections. Thanks for watching this video. We hope you learned a thing or two about Section 2 of the GAMSAT. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Make sure to like the video and share this with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the MedicMind YouTube channel to never miss a video.